Well, hi friends. So it's Tuesday, and I've been thinking a lot about our meeting Sunday, our gathering, not the meeting, but our gathering Sunday. And I so appreciate all of you who were able to be there, and the sharing, how much sharing you did, and helping me learn more about you, and you, I hope, learning some things about yourself as well. And I've really been reflecting since then on how that meeting, aspects of that meeting reminded me a little bit of the story of Samuel that morning. So that morning we heard the story of, God being very clear that what's the appearance is not what is important to God, but what's in the heart. And we had some nostalgic going on, I think, at the meeting. We talked about we don't have the kids in Sunday school or the youth numbers that we used to have, and we hear that from all the churches right now, that there's been this decline in mainline congregations. But I was thinking about how, yes, the appearance is different, and we long for those days, but it may not just be that we long for the past. It may be that what's in our heart is the desire to pass on this faith. It's about how we can help others find what we've found at a great place like PCWS. Well, then we came home that afternoon, and Scott and I were walking around the yard because, we have a lot of fall cleanup to do, like some of you might have to do as well. We're doing some transplanting and whatnot. And anyway, we walked around our shade garden that we just put in this spring, and lo and behold, in the midst of all these dying hosta plants, was our little foxglove that our son and his fiance gave Scott for his birthday this year. And it was covered with new blossoms, beautiful pink blossoms with polka dots on the inside. And maybe there were only 8 or 10 blossoms, but they were new and vibrant. And it was just this gorgeous image of God's beauty in the world amidst the dying shade garden, the rest of the dying shade garden. And I was thinking about foxglove. I don't know if you know anything about foxglove, but they reseed themselves. So you plant them once, and they're not technically a perennial, but the seeds are falling into the ground and new plants will spring up. And so in a couple of years, we'll have a lot of foxglove plants, and they'll be covered with all these blossoms. And that got me thinking about the church, and that maybe right now we need to be thinking of ourselves in a time of seed planting, of how are we going to plant the seeds to continue sharing the word with those around us. Obviously, we need to be bringing new members in, at least to maintain our size. So our church family is a lot like our families of origin, right? Or the families we are in now, in that our family that we come from grows over time as people marry and bring new folks in, as those marriages produce children one way or another, and that continues then, that family line. When that stops, when new people aren't brought into the family for whatever reason, then that family will eventually stop its line. And the congregation is much the same. Through attrition, just normal attrition and aging, as people age, the size of the congregation, if we're not adding new people always, is going to eventually reach a point where you would be concerned. So as all congregations struggle with both the decline in mainline denominational churches and with their own natural attrition that just happens to organisms, human institutions. So how are we reseeding at PCWS, and what might that look like in the next couple of years or even sooner? So that's what's been on my mind because of all that you have shared with me at the meeting, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday. Bye.